Number 3. This data is from a sample. Calculate the mean, standard, and coefficient of variation. So you know the drill, right? I'm going to put these numbers right here into my TI calculator. So let's do it. We've done this before. TI, put in the data. I'm not going to write out all the steps. We've already done that a couple of times. Look back to question 1 if you want. See number 1 if you want to see how to put the data in. But I'm just going to tell you, put all those numbers in your calculator. I think you know how to do that. So I'll show it real quick as I do it. So here we go. Turn my calculator on, hit a stat, enter. So there's that old data. Remember how to clear out old data? You go up to the top, you hit clear, enter. Clears it out. Now I'm going to put in the 2 new numbers. 28.4, enter. Next number, my next number is 31.4, enter. 39.5, enter. 47.6, 44.8, 34.7, 33.1, 44.5, and 38.3. So these are my numbers. You'll have different ones. Okay, they're all in there. You know the deal. You go second, quit, then go back into the stat menu, over to calculate, enter. List is L1, frequency is blank, go down to calculate, enter. There it is. Okay, they're wanting the mean. This is the mean right up here at the top. X bar. So my X bar is, what is it? 38.0, and then just a bunch of 3s. Okay, they want that. They want the standard deviation. That's the S sub X. Standard deviation, S sub X, that's a 6.6483. Right, we're going to use that. Okay, now then there's something called the coefficient of variation. I will explain what that is in just a second for the coefficient of variation. All right, so let's go back to the problem. All right, there we are. Back to the problem. So the mean, what did I say the mean was? Oh, 2 decimal places. So the mean, the X bar was 38 point, mine was 0, and then just a bunch of 3s. And they say they want round to 2 decimal places. So you put the line after the second decimal place, like that. And then this means you just leave it. So it's going to be 38.03, right? Because what comes after the line is under 5. Standard deviation, S sub X, that was 6.6483, like that. Okay, 6.6483. Again, round to 2 places, so put the line after the second place. So that's going to go up, isn't it? 6.65. Okay, now, coefficient of variation. What in the world is the coefficient of variation? Well, do you remember that I gave you notes? Let me show you that real quick. Probably a good time to show that. Let me show you the notes. If I show you my main screen here, and I go to this is our class, right? You come down here, exam 1 notes. Right at the start of unit 1, there's exam 1 notes. You see that? Click on that. That's helpful notes for you. There they are. Let me move it up like this. There's the exam 1 notes. And if you read down here, you'll find all the stuff we do in exam number 1. Exam number 1 is coming up soon, in about a week. So if you look at this here, I'm going to come down. What am I looking for? Coefficient of variation. So I'm just reading through the different stuff. This is the stuff you need to know for exam 1. Coming on down. Ah, there it is. Look at, see it right here. Coefficient of variation. That is S sub x divided by x bar. See how I'm telling you? So this will really help you. This has all the formulas on. It even tells you how to do the calculation stuff, right? So S sub x divided by x bar is your coefficient of variation. So I've done all this for you. So let's use that now. Let's go back to our problem. It's a little slow here to switch. All right, there it is. So coefficient of variation, this is, as it said, S sub x over x bar. So I take, what is S sub x? What's right here? So that's going to be 6.6483 over x bar, which is right here, 38.0333. So just divide those on your calculator. I'm doing that right now with my calculator. And I'm getting 0.174802, blah, 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 blah. Now that's a decimal, isn't it? Do you see how they want a percentage? How do you change any decimal number to a percentage? You know, you move it 2 places, right? So it'd be 17.4802%, right? Because the percent has 2 zeros in it. That reminds you to move the decimal 2 places. Everybody seeing that? Now, and then they also said, please enter a whole number. So they want me to round to the nearest whole number. So I'm going to put a line. I'm rounding after the whole number. So that means it's just going to go 17%. That's a 4, so I don't round up to 18%. So the coefficient of variation is 17%. What in the world is the coefficient of variation? Well, it tells you how much variation there is in your data set. There's not a lot of, these numbers right here don't have a lot of variation. Remember, what we're doing in this section is we're getting different tools which tell us how much a data, what the center of a data set is. That's the middle, right? This is the middle. The middle of the data set is 38. The standard deviation is the average spread. It's how much the data spreads out. And this is another way of measuring the spread. It spreads out about 17% of the average value. So the average spread is only 17% of the average value. That's what that's telling us. And that's how we calculate that. All right. Yeah, exactly. Somebody's asking about the notes. Yeah, so let me